Lee, thanks for talking to us. We spoke earlier in the week about how well your team can keep going for 90 plus minutes, and they've done it again.
Yeah, they had to do it for 100 minutes. Ryan's just hit the nail on the head, really. It's probably the most underperformed we've played since Newport, because we were still decent at Newport in terms of the football we played. So since that run, probably underperforming for our levels. We just said to the players, if you can't get through, you make sure you get one. And we're just getting a little bit greedy in terms of I'm desperate for the win. I wanted us to win, but we're in a good position, aren't we? Third in the league after 17 games. Plenty to work on, particularly stopping early goals going against you. It gives the team fighting for their lives, and a good team, by the way. Good individuals, something to hang on to, and they can keep their shape a little bit more.
Yeah, you could do without conceding those early goals, but you could also do without deflections as well.
Yeah, and it's something we look at, them deflections, how close you're getting out to people, what's your body line, what's your body position when that's happening. But I won't go too over the board with the players in terms of that. I thought we stuck at it a little bit, say huffing and puffing our way to get up the pitch. First half we had more control, which allowed them to sit back in. And I just said to the players at half time, we've got to be a bit more aggressive. We've got to get the ball forward a little bit more, pick up a second phase and play from there and work it wider and get across into the box or slide somebody in. But overall, they'll say they did enough to maybe win the game. But we'll take a point and we'll assess it in the week.
Jack Lancaster won the penalty, and Jack Lancaster obviously got up and took it himself because there was no Ryan Cooney, but we're confident he was striking that in. Yeah,
we took a couple yesterday, him and Joel Taberner, in mind that Ryan wasn't here, Longy's obviously not here, so he had a couple and picked his spot lovely. He ran himself into the ground. The minutes he's had since he's been out are about right now, so he can look for next week to play even longer. But I was delighted with his overall contribution in terms of his work rate, always trying to probe, always trying to be clever. Let's say he's a good player, isn't he?
Full use of your substitutes as well.
Yeah, it's something we look to do, freshen up. They didn't change it all in terms of how they were trying to play, and we just thought, particularly with Owen going on the pitch, we just thought when they were looking to bounce it out to another centre half, we were able to pinch one. We got something like it, and he got a foul. He pinched it in the different centre, but then they fouled him. He just couldn't get it off to Shiloh or Adrian, I think it was here. So yeah, full use for the use of the squad. Obviously, Powley was in there. We were talking about him coming on and maybe opening something up. But I just thought maybe being a bit closer to them and having that aggression to pinch the ball back might have just pinched us something. Charlie Finney's been training excellent. He's obviously had his loan at Buxton and been training excellent. Looks like a different player. And then he gets his rewards by coming on the pitch, and I thought he did well.
Yeah, how important then that you've seen him come back?
Yeah, really well, Charlie. Like I say, we've had conversations with him. People outside the club have had conversation with him. He trained ever so well and got all the potential in the world. I've said before, the lads in his age group are slightly ahead of him in terms of games. He's got to now keep that standard as high as possible, because he's a real asset for us. He can play in multiple positions. He's probably the most athletic. I think there's only Shiloh who's quicker than him, so a real positive for us.
As you mentioned, you're coming up to your 18th game next time around when Bradford City come to play here, but as the old saying says, as you said earlier, those extra points here and there could all be vital at the end of the season.
Yeah, of course they could. Look, we want to win football matches. We came here with a game plan to try and win. Conceding that early obviously just changes a little thing, particularly for them, not for us, but for them in terms of how they might have been looking to play the game. They don't really drop off as much as they have been doing, particularly in that first half. But now in a healthy position, like I say, we're all a bit greedy, all a bit hungry, aren't we? We want this run to continue, but get some more wins in there. But the players are giving everything, delighted with them. Squad's looking healthy. Omar will be back hopefully next week, so the squad's in a good position, and we look forward to an home game. And thank you to the fans that travelled and got here for a 12:30 kick-off.